Hey team, it is time to talk about food. So, you might have noticed that I haven't really talked too in depth about food before. I have always believed that it's not worth making it another fight because we have enough fights going on day to day, especially when we are dealing with chronic illness and tiny children. But I have been doing a lot of reading lately. If you follow me on Facebook or Pinterest, or if you are in the Melissa versus Chronic Pain, Chronic Fatigue, Fibromyalgia Facebook group, you will notice that I'm quite curious at the moment. And I do encourage you to come along and join that Facebook group if you are interested, because I'm basically sharing everything I'm learning. So there's a lot of information out there, whether it's specific to chronic pain or whether it's just about healthy living. And I've been doing a lot of reading so that I could make some decisions for myself. And as I go, I share that information. And from what I have gathered, a big part of it is lots and lots of fruit and vegetables. So something I have been doing is aiming for 8 servings of fruit and vegetables a day. So I use my NutriBullet and I use soup. So at the moment, I'm actually having a hot soup of it doesn't look very appetizing, does it? But it's delicious. It is silver beet and kumara soup. So I'm having that for lunch, and my family will have that when they first get in the door this afternoon. Soup is a really great way to get your vegetables in there. Silver beet is actually really healthy for you. It actually rivals kale, although both are very good, so have both. And like I said, I also use my NutriBullet. So this morning, first thing I had my NutriBullet. I had some almond butter, some chia seeds, some banana, cardamom, and ginger, and coconut milk. So lots of healthy fats and a bit of fruit and spices to get my day started. Because one of the books I'm also reading is talking about how a lot of people are actually dehydrated, and that leads to a lot of problems. So I haven't decided yet what my overarching kind of food theory is. Everything I've read seems to really point to fruit and vegetables first. Prioritize vegetables, prioritize fruit. And in that way, once you're prioritizing those things, not only are you not really making it a battleground, but you're also leaving less room for the less good things. So one good thing about increasing my vegetable intake has been that I have decreased my focus on grains and grain-based carbohydrates. My body naturally kind of seeks that. I think it's trying to find energy, so it makes me want to eat carbs. A few years ago, I gave up white carbs. I noticed that I was just having far too many of them. But now I am just a little bit. I'm not reducing too much. I have to be careful. I am nursing and I have energy issues with 3 children, 5 and under. I cannot be letting myself be hungry, so I'm not depriving myself. But I am eating less grains, and I think that this is very helpful. So if you wanted to start with 3 top things, first, prioritize vegetables and fruit. Second, water and hydration. And then the third thing would be decreasing the grains. Now, there's a lot of information out there about grains and whether or not they're good for us. Something I heard on the other day in an interview on the radio. The problem with grains, she was saying, was that they're being hybridized so that they are growing more plentifully because people have, if they can produce more, that they get paid more. So they are trying to create crops that produce more. And the other thing is using glyphosate on it, which is, I mean, it's inside the weed killer my husband uses outside, so I don't think I want it on my grains or my food. But anyway, that is a theory as to why grains are not so good for us and why I'm trying to decrease my reliance on them. I've always preferred whole grains over white grains, but just trying to decrease the reliance. So if you wanted 3 key things to do, I would do those. And also the fourth little bonus thing that I would do is get rid of anything that you are intolerant to. And if you suspect you're intolerant to something, get rid of it for a month and then trial adding it back in. I have a real problem with dairy, well, with lactose, and I just can't tolerate it at all. It will hurt my tummy. We've gotten to the point now where if I accidentally have some, it hurts for longer and worse than it did before. So I'm glad I got onto that, and I think I'm reaping the benefits of changing these ways of eating. So I'd love to hear how you're doing. If you have a few key things that you're doing, if you have jumped all in with a way of eating and it has gone well for you, let me know. I'd really love to hear about that. If you have any tips or tricks for getting those greens in there, or a super yummy recipe for a soup or smoothie to get those greens in there, let me know. Come on over to that Facebook group, Melissa versus Chronic Pain, Chronic Fatigue, Fibromyalgia. Get on over to melissaversusfibromyalgia.com. I have got over 200 blog posts over there, so I am bound to have written about anything you're curious about when it comes to chronic pain, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, and pregnancy with all of these things. And I will speak to you next time.